All right, guys, we are in Ocala and we're gonna see a car. I don't think we've actually featured this particular car on our channel yet, unless we saw them in Junkyards. I don't think we've actually had a running one, or one that's even pretty. I think there might have been one at a car show. But anyway, we're in Ocala, and so it's about 8 in the morning, and we're gonna look at this absolutely amazing car. And my brother had one of these. It's not the same color. His was green. This one is red. So welcome to another episode of Junkyards and Barn Finds with Sean, and I'm Sean. Hey, good morning, everybody. It is a really foggy morning on I-75. I don't know if you can tell, but it's about 7 o'clock, and we are heading to two places today. One, you're going to see in an upcoming video. We're heading over to Don Gartlett's museum. Sorry if you can't see me, I don't know if you can. But we're going to Don Gartlett's museum, and there's a huge Mopar show. It started last night, goes on all day today, and tomorrow. It is November of 2022. So it's November 2022. This is a show that they put on every year. They're actually giving away a Viper. So it's a pretty big deal. The other place where we're heading now, and the reason we had to get started really early this morning, is there is a viewer who has always told me, whenever you're in Ocala, please give me a call, let me know, because he has a couple cars to show us. And so we're heading there now. So we're going to go and meet with him at his place at 8 a.m. and we're gonna do a video on his cars, and then after that you'll see the video comes up after that, or after this one, you'll see when we get to Don Gartlett's museum near Gainesville, near Ocala, and you'll be able to see a couple videos from there. So I'm Sean.
Kevin.
And this is Kevin. And Kevin's been, I've talked to you for what, almost a year and a half.
I think I've been one of your first 1,000 or couple thousand.
That's what I'm saying.
Subscribers.
Yeah.
I mean, I during coronavirus up north, it was totally shut down, and
yeah,
I just started watching YouTube.
Yeah, so I think
saw you, and
you connected every time. You're like, you're going through Ocala, because I went through Ocala, God, like yeah. Every time I go somewhere, I had to go through Ocala. He's like, you should stop.
75 goes right through here.
Yeah. So anyway, tell me about the car. This is the car. So this is a Monte Carlo.
It's a 1976 Monte Carlo Landau. It's got a 350 with a 2-barrel.
How long have you had it for?
A little over a year now.
Okay.
We bought the house, came down from New York. This was my dream. My first car was an 87 Monte Carlo.
Okay, the smaller one.
Yeah.
The small one.
I actually dated my wife in that car.
Okay. So this one here, it's stock, right? For the most part.
100% stock.
And where'd you find
Survivor, Illinois.
Okay.
I mean, it's not perfect.
But it's not. You would think at Illinois, you would think the whole rear end would be, because I see that, but that's because of the vinyl roof.
Exactly.
But you would normally see northern cars, because I'm from Pennsylvania and you're from New York, which means everything here is rusted, and the same with the quarters.
It's got a little behind the rear.
Okay. Okay. So it's got a little bit of the weight reduction on there. So. But is this the original color and everything?
Yes, the original color. When I got it, I compounded it, gave it 2 coats of wax, brought out the red.
So this is a Survivor car then?
Survivor.
Okay. And they're rare, because these things did rust away.
It was very hard to find one.
Yeah,
very hard.
Even in the 80s, these things were rusting away up north, because I remember my brothers had, like, everything from here was just missing.
My parents had a 72 Nova, and everything here was missing.
But this even has the original hubcaps, right?
Yep.
I mean, I don't know if they're original to this car, but they're original.
I believe they're original.
Yeah, but I mean, they're original for this car, so somebody could have lost one in 1980 and put a new one on. But yeah, I mean, and these are the spoke caps. So these are, I'll be honest with you, they're pretty rare to find in any condition anymore that have all the spokes in them, because these things, people would just play with these all the time. So
I know like I said, it took years,
right,
to find one.
And so how many miles are on it or anything?
Right now I got it with 80 and change.
Okay, do you drive it though?
I take it to car shows.
Yeah,
I'm actually taking it to a car show around the corner after you leave.
Oh, okay, there you go. So
you know, it's not an everyday driver. The guy that was going to come, his car's an everyday driver.
No, does he have the same type vehicle?
No. It's got a 65 Impala.
Oh, okay.
The 220.
But the nice thing with these, I mean, and you can see this is the original interior too, white. So it was white on white. When this was new, this thing was a stunner. If it was, you know, with this color and the white.
This thing was nearly $5,000 brand new.
Yeah, which back in the day, that was
a lot of money.
That was a lot of money.
So it had the Landau package.
Yeah. And they have a lot of room inside. I mean, I remember being at my brother's, you could fit 7 teenagers in here easy.
Another 5 in the trunk.
Yeah. So when you went to, back then when we would go to the drive-in or something, or if you went to a fair where they charge you by the car, we used to go to a place called Great Adventure. You may be familiar, in New Jersey.
Yeah.
And you would get charged by the carload.
Yep.
And so everybody would jump in the trunk, and you'd show up with 2 people, and there'd be like 4 people in your trunk. But so can we see the engine on this?
Absolutely. I'm gonna fire it up.
Oh yeah, if you want, that'd be awesome. And this has the stacked lights, because the original of this body style had the round lights, and
My uncle had a 75, and
that's the one with the round lights, and then this went to the stacked lights.
The 76 and 77. The 77 had the hood ornament. The only difference.
Okay. And this is like one of the largest hoods ever made by,
tell me about
like, in the modern era. So look at this, look at the shielding for the fan. I mean, this thing had to bring the fan twice.
What they did, I know you mentioned this, why the engine is put back a little bit. They did that for like counterweight purposes.
For balance.
For balance.
Yeah.
That's why they did that. I actually had to take this off and a couple other things off. I had to replace the power steering pump.
Oh, okay. But you can tell, I mean, this is originally, there's nothing here. It even has,
not touched, never touched.
Wow. And this is really hard to find. I mean, it's hard to find something like this. Like I said, the only time I think I've seen one that wasn't in a junkyard.
When you were up in Pennsylvania, and there was I forgot, Doylestown, I think?
Yeah, I think the Doylestown. Either Doylestown or Hatboro.
I did see a Monte Carlo there. There was one, but it was not a Landau.
Right. So, and nowadays, almost everybody would have taken those roofs off anyway.
That's what a lot of people do.
Because they have to fix all the rust.
I like it.
So,
I mean, eventually, when I get the money, I'll fix the rust.
Right.
Replace the vinyl top.
But right now it's just a Survivor, a complete Survivor, and this paint came up when you said.
Oh my God, it came. I compounded it by hand.
So did it look a lot like this here when we're talking? Yes. So it basically,
that's what it looked like when I got it.
Had just 40 years of dirt, more or less.
More or less.
But wow. And this thing is so quiet. I mean, this is a really nice, quiet engine. This thing actually runs quieter than my typewriter on that thing over there.
Than our minivan.
Yeah. So, and these things had, I mean, I just remember my brother having one. These things could spin the tires whenever you felt like it.
I don't do that.
I'm just saying. I know they can, because my brother used to do it all the time.
Guys that leave a couple of car shows, they spin their tires. They actually had to have at Warhorse. They had a sheriff in there.
Just to keep people
and they kept
from doing
pulling people over, over.
Wow. But I mean, this thing, I would have had to have been taken care of, even though it has some rust issues. The people that owned it had to be garage capped. I would think, with all the
salt. I got it from a dealer up in Illinois, and it was, I don't know how long it was sitting in that garage. They have like thousands of cars in these garages.
Right.
You know.
But
right now it's got, I think it's going on 82,000.
and this has it has air conditioning, and it's obviously
yeah, but it doesn't
not.
work.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say it's not seized, but
No.
and power steering, power brakes. So this had all the bells and whistles
Yeah.
when you bought this package.
Yeah.
So this was about as luxury as you can get in Chevy back in the day.
Yep.
Because the next one up you would have, this would have been like an Olds Cutlass, then the Buick Riviera or something, and then you would gone up. But Chevy, the Monte Carlo was made to be like the luxury automobile for them.
Total luxury.
So, and honestly, it had almost everything as the Cadillac DeVille. This would, I mean, actually this was longer and probably more popular than some of the Cadillac cars of the day, because these things were everywhere.
Okay.
I mean, to me,
You would know more than me, because this is the year I was born.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
You're
Well,
about 10 years older than me.
okay. Well, then I was gonna say back in like even when I was in my teens during the late '70s. I graduated in '84, so
I graduated in '94.
okay. So we're talking '78 when these things were first new. I mean, these things were everywhere, and then you could get them in the '80s. And people love these. When they went to the small ones, people got really upset when they went to like the 78, 79, the small ones. And then when the 84s came out with the SS,
The third gens,
gained.
I think, are really ugly. They look like frogs to me.
Yeah, they're just the little ones. And then all of a sudden they went back in the 84, I think, or 83, they went to the big
My
one.
neighbor behind me's got
So.
an 83.
Yeah, and that would be,
That's LS.
that's the one that a lot of people are used to, because they look like the Grand Sports and of the Buick GS and stuff. But the best thing with this one, and I've saw it, is the lines on this. And by the way, this was used in NASCAR.
I know.
This body style was used in NASCAR, and I don't think it was Dale Earnhardt's first, but I know it was one of his first. He raced these, he used these. So, but this thing has the bumperettes and everything else. It's just a really beautiful car. I mean, wow. And I say, guys, we have never seen one, and you know, that it's got this. It has like wood. There's some wood grain a little bit on here, but this is beautiful. Beautiful, and it has a nice gauge package in it. Wow, it still has the original radio in it. AM radio. Wow. Does the clock work? No. Oh, okay.
No, they never work.
Yeah, they all broke. But it even has, that must be the original headliner too.
Yes. And for the millennials, as you say,
Right.
they got the...
Oh, we got the ashtray.
Got the
Look at the
ashtray.
size of this door, though. This door is almost as long as the bed of my truck. That's like got to be 4 feet long.
Yeah.
That's got to be a 4-foot door. This door is so heavy.
Big and heavy, yeah.
And the thing is this one, does this close, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this thing is solid. Listen to that.
I know.
I mean, these hinges here, you would think that after all those years, the hinges would sag.
This one is a little bit sagged. Yep, the other
Right.
side is.
But I'm just saying, I mean, this door these doors probably weigh 150, 200 pounds.
I'm guessing at least 150.
Yeah. So I guess the only option I'm seeing it didn't come with was probably power windows, which honestly, at this moment, like when you have a car this old,
How many regulators I've changed on my everyday
that's what I'm
cars?
saying. That's it. That's only the good thing when you get a car like this, that it doesn't have the power, because
Exactly.
normally it works.
Exactly.
But this was really a nice car. Wow. Sport. It has the sport mirrors on it, so it came with the sport mirrors.
Yeah, unfortunately, that one was, I got that one with it wasn't there.
Oh, so you had
I
to
put it on, but it's still
so you had to find it. Oh, okay. But this is just a really sweet car. I mean, I'm not worried about that little bit of rust there, guys,
like I
because
said,
it's an original.
It's a survivor.
Yeah. And look at this trunk. Seriously, this has more room than the bed of my truck, I think. I got a 5-foot bed in that truck, and I'll be honest with you, the bed of my truck is almost the same size.
I could probably take the tire out and fit like 4 or 5 people in there.
Yeah. Wow. And it still has the original spray, that goofy spray that GM puts in all their cars.
Yeah, I made sure there was no rust. I
Yeah,
bought this
wow.
car sight unseen,
Right.
Because I wasn't about to go up to Illinois. I had them take like 50 pictures and
Right.
50, you know, I want to see this.
Now, did you go up and drive it back?
No.
Oh, okay.
I had it
shipped. Shipped. Okay. So, wow, though. Well, this was definitely worth. Dude, this is so worth it, man. I should have stopped here probably about 200, 300 videos ago.
It's okay.
But
you're busy.
but actually, it's a beautiful day.
Busy,
so this is a really
you were
nice
school teacher, which was nice.
Yeah, I was.
Thank you for your service, by the way.
Oh, thanks.
You know,
yeah.
My wife's she's over there.
Oh, hi. How you doing? Good morning.
My father was in the Navy. He was a mechanic.
Oh, okay.
And my old man was in the Army. He actually served logistically in Desert Storm.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So.
Yeah, no, I didn't fix anything. I broke a lot of stuff, and anybody who fixed, remember, does not work in the OFF position, you know. But wow, well, man, this is really cool. What do you guys think? Is there any parts that we need for this that we got to ask people that you're looking for? Nope.
No, just the body work.
So just when you guys come to Ocala, if you go to a car show that's either a multi type or
I've been as far as Gainesville. I was at a Chevy dealership, but I think I have the only second gen Monte Carlo in Ocala. I have not seen another one.
So if you see a red one, you know whose it is.
I've seen plenty of first ones.
Right.
I've seen a third. I've seen plenty. Actually, some guy from Jersey, he's down here, has an 85 Aero Coupe.
Oh wow, okay.
Which they're rare.
Yeah, the ones for the NASCAR that they had to sell.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've seen plenty of those gens, but
well,
not another one of this gen.
Oh yeah, like I said, I think the only time we saw one was it was somewhere. It was either Doylestown or Hatboro.
A bunch of roads that were cordoned off, and
oh yeah, that was Doylestown.
You actually walked right past it.
So
you didn't even really look at it.
Well, sometimes you got to pick and choose when you're walking you've got 3 hours to see 3,000 cars. That's the problem. And I know you guys yell at me, but then I can come and find something like this and do a nice walk around. So it's really nice. And that front clip is like, I mean, these things, I would think these would rot off, because a lot of times back in the 70s, these things here would just disintegrate.
Asked for about 50 videos and 50 pictures to make sure I actually had them video the tailpipe when it was
right. So, well, very cool.
Everything.
Well, man, I appreciate it so much for letting us come and check this out.
No problem, my pleasure.
So cool. All right, guys, like I said, if you guys have a car and you guys want to put it on, just let me know if I can drive by. Sometimes I wish I could stop at every single place, and I know there's a couple guys up here that have, in the area here, that have asked, they have race cars or whatever, and it's just sometimes it just depends on how the weather is, how the world is. Yeah. So, but all right, guys, so if you like this, please comment. Please subscribe. Please ring the bell. Say happy birthday to April. Today's her birthday. Happy birthday, April. And we will talk to you guys later. Oh, go ahead.
Never mind.
Oh. April, should they subscribe to this channel even if they don't like cars today for this one?
Probably just for this one.
Where it says merchandise store right here, merchandise store link, you will see it says https:/junkyards-barn-finds, and you click on that and it's going to take you here.